So my name is Megan Wacha, and I'm the president of Wikimedia New York City. And on behalf of all of us, I want to thank all of you for coming out this morning. Snow, I can't curse, okay. In the spirit of healing, we first want to acknowledge that we are occupying a territory traditionally inhabited by the Lenape people. These were the original stewards of this land, and they are still with us today. And so before we begin, some housekeeping. Printed copies of today's schedule are available at the registration desk, but much as Wikipedia is the encyclopedia anyone can edit, so too Wikipedia is a community effort, and the schedule is subject to change. You may have noticed a few things on our schedule. One, we take food very seriously and are willing to clear the entire calendar for it. But also, there are opportunities for you to share what you're working on and what's important to you. So if you would like to give a 3-minute lightning talk or facilitate an open space session, please speak to someone at the registration desk and they can get everything set up. And so to that point, if you want to check the updated schedule, you can do so on our meetup page, which is linked using the shortened URL here, which you can't see. It is Wikipedia 18, so bit.ly, Wikipedia 18, and that is case sensitive. Okay. If you want to take a break at any point in the day, we have a chill space just for you. It's on the other side of the wall. And in that chill space, there will be some food, but we've also provided you with some free culture coloring pages and crayons, yes, crayons, to help you decompress. So the one thing, though, that we do ask is that you are mindful that this wall is quite thin. So while you're hanging out, please do us a favor and no talking in all caps. Wikimedia New York City strives to create a welcoming and inclusive environment for all. And so in order for that to be possible, the chapter has a code of conduct, which everyone has agreed to just by walking through these doors. This is available on Wiki, and there are a few printed copies at the welcome desk. Even if you have not read it in full or in part, you are expected to adhere to these policies. And so I do want to share that we are dedicated to providing a harassment-free experience for everyone, regardless of their age, ability, gender, gender identity and expression, sexual orientation, physical appearance, race, ethnicity, religion or lack thereof, preferred intellectual property license, and technical ability or technical choice. Yes, I know how old my phone is. We do not tolerate harassment of participants or volunteers in any form. Anyone violating these rules may be sanctioned or expelled from the event at the discretion of the organizers. If you experience or witness harassment or threatening behavior, please find the nearest organizer. And you can identify us because we all have these bandanas either on our arms or around our necks. They're different colors, but we are all here to help you with any issues that might come up, or if you just need to know where the restroom is, it's down the hall. I suspect that for many of you, this may be your first Wiki event. So I'll share that in the Wikiverse, we honor the ability to be anonymous. If a person is going by their Wikipedia username, as I am, or a pseudonym, please respect their wishes and privacy. This is a non-outing zone. So this includes outing someone's workplace, age, gender, name without their consent. To that point, you may notice a difference in these name tags. It's harder to see in the dim light out there, but it is more visible here. And so to our photographers in the room, and this includes our participants, I also want you to be realistic about what a name tag can do. We will do our best not to include you in photos, but ultimately your name tag may not be visible to the photographer, or they may not be aware of the policy. So it's reasonable to expect that you will not be the primary subject of a photo, but there will likely be photos of the crowd. So if you don't want to be photographed, it might be a good idea not to sit in like front row center, because that's where photographs are more likely to happen. For photographers, and again, this is all of you, We encourage you to upload your photos to Wikimedia Commons. Please add the category, which is already linked from our meetup page, so we can all find photos, enjoy our photos, and share them widely under an open license. So, with housekeeping out of the way, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to Wikipedia Day 2019. Wikipedia Day, woohoo! Wikipedia Day is a celebration of Wikipedia's birthday, or more accurately, the day that it went public online. And since it launched 18 years ago this Tuesday, it has grown into the largest reference work on the internet and the 5th largest website in the world. And while our conversations today will largely focus on English Wikipedia, this is a multilingual international project. There are 292 Wikipedias in over 300 languages, each with its own set of articles written by a volunteer community with its own policies and its own practices. But we are connected by our shared belief that every person deserves access to the sum of all human knowledge, for free, and that we together can accomplish this goal. Each Wikipedian contributes in their own way. They may organize events, write articles, take photos, add citations, copy edit, or write bots that contribute on their behalf. And while the average Wikipedian is a white cis man from the global north, it is described as the encyclopedia that anyone can edit. We talk openly about our failure points and work openly to address them. Wikipedians organize in a number of different ways. Online, we come together on talk pages and other discussion areas. We also form what are referred to as wiki projects that focus on editing a certain thematic area as a team. So articles about women, queer folks, military history, and all of the different places in between. This afternoon, we'll have a conversation with wiki folks from Wiki Project New York City, which focuses exclusively on the city in which we live. So I encourage you to join. In person, we have meetups and conferences around the globe each year. These events, I'm going to be honest, have been known to have some pretty killer dance parties. So if you ever have an opportunity to go, go. It also includes things like talks and hackathons and other things you'd expect to see beyond dancing. Wikimedia New York City may be new to many of you in this room. We are a local node in this global movement. We are a nonprofit that, like Wikipedia, is entirely run by volunteers, a grassroots community of Wikipedians, information professionals, educators, and activists committed to connecting New Yorkers and New York institutions with Wikipedia, Wikimedia, and the larger free culture movement. We regularly work with college faculty to move their assignments away from term papers and towards students making contributions to Wikipedia, allowing their voices to have a greater global impact. We partner with cultural heritage organizations to make their collections more widely accessible through content donations. So as an example, many of you may have read about the Metropolitan Museum of Art releasing 375,000 high-res images into the public domain and onto Wikipedia. This project involved many collaborators, but it's a conversation that first started here at a local level. At the core of our activities is the public-facing editathon. How many of you have ever been to an editathon? Yes, some of you have, some of you have not. And I'm pleased to say we have between 4 and 24 a month. So if you haven't before, there are many opportunities for you to do so. These events can look a lot of different ways, from large events at the Museum of Modern Art or the United Nations to smaller programming attached to World AIDS Day at the center, or collaboratively creating a single article on feminist urbanism with a handful of folks at the Interference Archive. And in thinking about how we want our work to evolve, we recognize that as Wikipedia is a multilingual international project, so too is the city in which we live. We are increasingly focused on going to different communities across all 5 of our boroughs and developing a model for translating content across different language Wikipedias, something you'll hear about in our first panel. With the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall riots upon us, we also aim to grow the representation of queer folks, both in the content of Wikipedia and in its community of editors, to ensure that our stories, past and present, are told. It's work, this work, and the people that I get to do it with that keeps me engaged with Wikipedia. Small actions, small edits yield a big impact. And we don't always know what that's going to be. Each of our speakers today has their own story about Wikipedia, and I hope that today you hear something that connects with you, so that next year or the one after, some of you will be standing up here sharing your story. Before I pass the mic, I want to acknowledge that as Wikipedia is the labor and love of a community, so too is Wikipedia Day. So I want to give a huge thanks to the Ace Hotel with a special shout out to Ben Sisto for opening its doors to us, to the Breslin for what I know is going to be a delicious lunch and has already been a really wonderful breakfast, to my fellow board members for their help in organizing and volunteering today, to the Internet Society, Jolly, for recording it, and to all of you for showing up. Okay, I am so excited about today's speakers and the conversations that we are going to have. So let's not delay it any further and get things started. Our first speaker is Phoebe Ayres. Phoebe is a librarian and Wikipedian, not always in that order. She's currently at MIT Libraries, where she is an engineering and computer science librarian. She's been editing since 2003, served 4 years on the board of trustees of the Wikimedia Foundation, which runs Wikipedia and its sister projects, and is the co-author with Charles Matthews of a book called How Wikipedia Works. I have it, I love it. She likes open information, cooking, and running Wikipedia conferences. So please join me in welcoming Phoebe.